Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel. Great to be back guys on another video on map making. And today's video all about signs and how to make your own signs and customize signs and yeah, how to get it into your map, and yeah, all about signs today. If this is your first time guys, a warm welcome to you. Hit the subscribe, do remember to do that, and I think the best is while we're talking about it, just click it now. That will help a lot. Thanks guys. Great man, so let's first talk about signs guys. I'm here on the Alpine map, which is just my test map where I do all my videos and testing and just go crazy, you know, without having an effect on anything else. Good. So obviously on signs you get different things, like you get billboards, and then you get normal road signs like that little parking sign there, and you get traffic signs like this little circle roundabout thingamabob, and you get signs on the tar like that one here. This is a zone 30, that's a sign that gets on the tar, and even this little arrows is also signs, you know. So there's so much to choose from when it comes to signs. On this building for instance, there are just decals that are flush on the building itself. If you want to get to them, you'll go just click on the building itself, and you'll probably find just get to, yeah, I think it's under the LOD, this one. Let's open the LOD interior. There's a running Illum. What's in Illum? Yeah, under Illum you will find that one. It's highlighted it. So if you want to have a look at that sign, for instance, decal 1, it should be that. Just pull it out. Here it is. So that's a sign guys that you can export and modify and change and do a lot with it, you know. But for today's video I just want to grab something here in my email while we are talking, and then just show you what we're going to do on today's video. Had one of you guys asking me how to get a sign into his map and how to make a sign, you know, and that just reminded me that I wanted to actually make a video on making signs, you know. So that's why we are here. Right guys, so the reason for the video today is obviously I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've had a few requests, and one of you guys sent me a request recently, a few days back, how to make a road sign for a map, and that is why we're here at the video. And there it is. He wants to create road signs or road names for his map. So here we go. We're going to attempt in this video just show you how to create this from nothing, you know. So that's basically what the video is about, and also just share a bit on average sign working and how to do it and all that, you know. So now first of all, talking of just all the signs in the in any map, you can, for instance, in the Alpine map, there's a lot of billboards. So if you have billboards on your map or want billboards on your map, you can import them directly, export them from the Alpine map, or just open the map directory. You'll find the shared folder there in Farming Simulator 22. So if we go there into data, maps, and then into textures, and then shared, and then props, and then billboards. Here is all your billboards in all of the maps guys. So if you open this i3D, you will find all of the billboards that you can work and play with and modify and customize and whatever. So if you want to work with any of them properly, just pull them into your map, or copy that whole directory, billboards, copy that directory into your map, open the i3D, and then modify it from here. There's all the billboards that you can think of in the whole map, you know. So there's a lot to choose from. You can use them, modify them, customize them, and go crazy. Now to customize the sign itself, it's so easy. If you want to take this big one for instance, you will take this decal, make a note of the directory. Obviously the directory will be now in your map, so don't take the one in your game directory, because that will change your game one and you'll have errors running, you know, or the wrong signs going in your actual game. So because this is a shared folder between all three maps of the game, you know, so you don't want to modify these. Copy it into your map, and then this will obviously show your map directory. And then the thing to make a note of is that last bit on the directory tree, it's called add 64 times 104 diffuse.png. Now make a note of the PNG, because it's not actually a PNG. For some reason, Giants calls all the DDSs in the i3D, it calls PNGs, but they are actually DDS. It's a direct draw surface files that you can open in any but all or some of your photo editing programs. So yeah, you can open it with those. So there it is, the add 6401 diffuse. Once again, I'm working out of the Farming Sim 22 directory. Copy this to your map folder, this billboards folder, so you have all of this in your map, and then you can edit them. So what you will do then, this sign calls this file to be displayed here. So if you change just this file, everything on it will start changing. So whatever you do to this picture, will happen in the actual i3D, you know, because it's calling this picture. So if you now change this, format it, color it, do whatever you want with it. For instance, if you want to change the color to it, let's make it a red backing for it, change the brush a bit bigger. This is just normal signs, guys. We're not busy with that road sign that we're asking. I'm just showing you how to customize the billboards. So we're talking about billboards now. So don't get confused now with the road sign we want to make and the billboards. So we're talking billboards now. And now you can put text in. And let's go for black text. Let's go primary black there. Calibri is fine. Let's just make it bigger. And you can call it Mungala Road, for instance, or whatever you want to type in there. You can put another picture in here. Another picture is very easy to do. I'm just going to show you any picture in my screenshots folder. Let's take this thing for instance. I can now open this, copy it, Control C, and then open this sign that I'm busy editing, Control V, and I'll just keep the canvas size. And then I can now grab this thing, make it much smaller until it fits in here. Obviously that is a way bigger picture, so it will take a lot to squish it in there. I'll just explain to you how you can modify it, guys. And you can actually put stuff in there and overwrite that image. And once you're done with it, save it. Keep the format, guys. The format is very important. I'm going to go to save, and it will ask me. The format is DXT1, perceptual, mid-maps, and super sampling. You click OK and overwrite it, and that's fine. Your changes will be noticeable in the i3D once you open it again. Alright, so currently it won't be noticeable, but I haven't saved it because obviously I don't want to now mess up my in-game stuff, you know. So I'm going to close all of this without saving, because obviously it's my in-game stuff. I haven't copied it to my map folder, but I'm just showing you how to customize this billboard now to your liking. You can change the image on that front sign to anything you want. Put your own picture in there, your font, your text, your names, your farm name or whatever, and then you've got a customizable billboard. So what you do then is you take that billboard, import this one, well, you can import the whole thing, put it under your map, delete the rest that you don't use, and put this one where you want it in your map, you know. So just think you're in your map now, but the i3D is there, so delete the rest, keep the one you want, and there you go. Or if you want all of them, place them anywhere you want, customize their faces, as long as the Aldibo map points to that image that we've got now, that we've modified. So I hope you're following what I'm saying, guys. Alright, so enough about billboards. So we want to now obviously have a look at creating this sign from scratch. Alright, so what we're going to do to make a sign of this format, you need the sign itself and you need a pole. So there's two things that we need in an i3D. So there's three things. It's an i3D, we need the actual sign, and we need the pole. So that's what we want to create this thing from scratch. So now first, let's go look for a I just want to quickly delete some stuff here from my map, my test map, so that we can start from scratch, because I have done this video before and it was a bit difficult to follow. I've had some comments on that, So I want to just get rid of the signs, all the stuff in here. Alright, so now we're going to start from scratch, guys. First things first, we want to find a pole for our sign, and we want a backing for the sign. Alright, so the obvious first thing to do is find the pole, export the pole as an i3D, and then we can just add the sign once again as a sign, you know. So let's do that. Alright, so into the map. This is my test map, guys. Like I said earlier on, it's my test map that I'm working on. And now we're going to find a pole for the sign. Let's find a pole. Grab one of the fences, and you'll see on your fences there's normally an end pole or something on the end. So just find something that says pole, fence pole. Press the F to view it. F stands for focus, and there's the pole itself. So we want to take that pole and we want to export that into our map again. It's already in the map, but we want to take it out of the place where it is now, so that we can use it into a customizable sign. So we're going to go File, Export Selection with Files. Go into our map. This is test map, maps, map Alpine, where I am. I'm going to go into my placeables folders. I'll create a folder called signs, which I've already done. And then I'm going to create a new folder here called Mungala. So let's just call this Mungala, because that's the name of the sign that we want to make. Okay, so I've got a folder for that, and then the i3D I'll call Mungala as well, because that will give us an i3D that we can then customize. Now when it gets to these two questions, you just say no to both of them, and you're going to have everything in there with the pole and what, you know. So open that up and you'll see there it is. There's our pole with all its textures and everything. So now what we can do now is obviously we need to have that sign in this into this i3D, or into this i3D we want to put the sign as well. So once again, in order to get the sign, we need another i3D to import into this one. Alright, so we're going to go into the default map, back to that signs. We know now where it is. File, maps, and then textures, shared, props, and then billboards. And then we find, you can take any of these, guys, because you're gonna, it doesn't matter which one you take. You can take really any. You just need a backing or something to use. All right, so it doesn't really matter. So we're going to open this, and then we're going to export this this sign, this billboard sign, as an i3D. All right, so we're going to open that billboard because it works nicely. And you just see if there's a smaller one. There is a smaller one like that, but I like the big one because oh, we can use this one also. It doesn't matter. So you want the decal. You don't want the actual billboard. You just want the sign. All right, the actual picture. All right, and that picture has got a directory to it, and it's got a material to it. So these things, it's important because we want to export that into an i3D. So we're going to select the decal, and we're going to go File, Export with Files, and then in our Mungala signs, I'm just going to make a temporary directory here. New folder, temp. I wonder if I should put it in the, let's just put it in the let's just delete that. I'll put the folder in the Mungala, so we call it temp, so that's all together like so. Right, and then in here we're going to save this and we call it decal. Alright, so that will be our actual sign. Save it. Once again, go no with those two questions, and then we close here without saving, because this is the in-game stuff. We don't want to change anything there. Alright, so now what we have now, we have a pole and we have the decal. So that's the two things we need in order to create our sign. Alright, so I'm going to minimize this map now. We are finished here, so we go back into our actual map folder where we've created the sign. You don't have to put it in your map. I'm just doing it in my map, guys, because that's where you want to use the sign, you know, so you have it in your map folder already. But you can make a folder on your desktop and put everything in there and then transfer it to your map or you can keep it for backups for other maps as well. It's all up to you where you save it, you know. I've just placed it here in the map to make it easier for me to navigate and to work with it. Alright, so what we've got now, we've got Mungala, and then we have here our where is our, there's our road fence, diffuse, normal and specular. Great guys, so that is our fence pole. The Mungala is our fence pole, and that is its textures and its shape file. So that is fine, that's our pole. And here's the temp folder, and this is our decal. So what we want to do now is open up our fence pole, because we want this two to be together, you know. You don't want to work with them separately. You want one i3D with everything in it, you know. So that's basically why we're doing it this way. So here we have, this is our fence pole. I'm going to zero it. That's very important, to zero all your stuff that you create so that it's in the center of your i3D or of your work area. Alright, scale it to 1, that's fine. And then let's go up close, press F. It's going to zoom out a tiny bit. There's our pole. Alright, now we want to import first of all, let us create a new transform. I always sometimes forget about this process, and rename the transform to Mungala sign. Let's just make this the whole thing, you know. And then you take this pole, Control X, and drop it into this transform. Alright, so that it becomes part of a transform on its own. Because when you export this, you want everything in one transform, and it will create one i3D with one set of stuff underneath it, you know. That is very important. Otherwise you're going to have a few different parts that you have to assemble in your map, which you don't want. Good. So now we're going to go File, Import, and just go into decal. That's our decal that we've exported. So we're going to bring that decal now into the map, like so, and then cut that, Control X, and drop it into the sign, Control V, like so. And then obviously we want to zero the decal as well, because we don't want it flying around there in the distance. And now you'll notice that the pole is small and the decal is very big. Alright, so we'll scale that to size in a bit. Just give it some time. And then we're going to save this i3D now. Just save it like that. All done. And close it up. Alright, so now we're done with the i3D for now. We're going into the temp folder again, because in here you have this one, which is the actual picture, and that is the one that we're going to modify. So now the picture we want to color white first of all, because remember the sign looks like that. That is what we want to create. Alright, so back into this one, and now you'll notice I've got two pictures open. This is the way Paint.net works. I've got the sign open, and I've got the actual one that I've busy modifying. Alright, grab the brush, make it white, our primary color. Just grab white there, primary white, sorry, and then just brush the whole thing white. Alright, so we erase the previous image, and what we want to do now is get text on it, like so. And I just want to see what that text looks like. It's a thinnish type of text, so we're going to just find a text that looks similar to that. It's a narrow one, something narrow, and maybe what's that? Now let's just type the name. Obviously we need black again as the primary, so we'll just grab black. So we're going to go caps lock, because it's capitals, Mungala, like so. That looks close enough, guys, for the thing. We just need to make it a little bit bigger, like so. Now I think that is perfect. You can now fiddle around with the text until you're happy with the text. Obviously choose a different font and go your own way, make it look the way you want it. And now we need to have RD there in small letters, so I'm going to change the font now. I first want to escape once, and then click here again to start a new font, and then change it to smaller font letters, and we're going to put it there RD, RD, like so. I think that little RD, yeah, the font is not exactly the same, but I'll live with that. You know, you can play around yourself to get it more of the same thing. I'm going to leave it like that, guys, because it's close enough for me for the example. Right, and then we want 2 lines on top. We're going to choose a line with, I think about 15 was the one that I saw is the right size. And then we're going to go in here and just drag the line across, and I think it was straight across if I'm correct, like so. Alright, and we want the color gray in there, and then we're going to go another line here, like so. And you get my drift, guys. You can modify it to your heart's content and your liking. Great, and then we need 2 little dots to simulate the little rivets, keeping that on. And for that we need to have a shape, and in the shape we need the little round one. And I'm just going to go dupe and somewhere there, dupe, something like so. Alright, I think I'll move that one about a little bit. Right, once you're happy with the whole thing, you can save it as is. Don't change any of the settings. Like I said, DXT1, perceptual, super sampling, and generate bitmaps. That must be selected. Click OK, and all is done. Now you've finished with the one, with the exception of we want to have I'm thinking of, we actually need 2, guys. So let's make another one. So we're going to go File, Save As. Let's first modify it. So we take the brush, because you remember you need a backing. On this sign, it's got 2 sides. If you look at this, it's got 2 sides to it. It's the front and the back needs to be exactly the same, but the 2 dots needs to be on this side, because it's going to be riveted on the other side. Alright, so what we're going to do to fix that up, it's going to go to my sign, going to erase, erase, there's the eraser. Oh, not that, Control Z. I'm going to Control Z, just remove that 2 that I've put in, and then just put two new ones here for this side of the sign. Like so. Alright, just to give you an idea, guys. Alright, and then we're going to go File, Save As, and we're going to call this one Back. Alright, just call it, oh my word, I've still got my caps lock on. Back, like so, diffuse back. Alright, and we're going to save it. Same drill there, leave everything as is. And now we've got a front and a back for our sign. I can just cancel, I don't want to save that one. Alright. So we close that up, and we're going to go now into our actual sign, which is Mungala. That's our pole with the front that we've put up. And now you'll notice that because we've changed that thing, we should have the sign now big instead of the picture. So now we need to scale. Oh my word, I forgot, but it doesn't matter. We should have scaled first and then did the sign, you know, because now I have to scale both of them. Because you're going to have, obviously, if you select the decal now, you want to scale it now to smaller, much smaller item. Just come close to our pole, and we want to move up. I normally try and leave my rotation and stuff 0, guys. So all you want to do is come close and then put this so that it goes through the pole, and then you go to the side like so. Yeah, it looks like it's nice in a half of the pole, and then we're going to move it now to the side where the rivets is, like so. And it can actually come down a tiny bit. I want to put it underneath this like flange thing that's up there, and then pull it out until I see the green appear here on this edge here. Once you see the green appear, you know your sign is out of the pipe. Alright, so like so. And that is our Mungala Road sign. And you can now change the size and the ratios and everything until you're happy with it, you know. So I'm going to take a note of the scale. It's 0.65 and 0.83 and 1. Alright, so we need to scale the other one to that. So I'm going to take that, Control Shift and C. It will copy all three for me. So when I now import, file import, the other decal, if we go into Mungala, where did I save it now? Oh my word. Where did I save that sign? Oh, you know what? Sorry, I need to first duplicate this. Remember now, if you look at the back of it, it's empty. That's why we need the backing, the other side of it. So if you have a normal sign, you'll put a grey backing on it, so you just paint the whole thing grey. If you have a billboard, but if you have something on a wall where you can't see the back, it doesn't really matter. You don't need the backing to it. So I'm going to go Control D on this. So now we have two of them, and just flip this one around so we can see the back of it. Like so, and then just make sure that we have on rotate 0 here, like so. Alright, because that will bring it exactly in alignment with the back, with the front one. And then just move this back to half again. Like so. And now if you move this way, you see the front, and if you move this way, we see the back. But now you can see now we've got the wrong one up here. We need the one with the two dots on that side. So all we need to do now is go here to the Aldebo map, click on this, click on that one to go file name, and we go here to select the one that says back. Alright, so double click on that and we'll drop it in there, click OK, and you have your back of the sign. Alright, end of story, guys. Now you have a full i3D with the sign on it, and you can just save the whole thing like it is, all done and dusted, and you have a sign that you can now import into your map, place it anywhere you want, and you are happy chappy. I'm just going to say yes because I've just moved it about. And do remember, guys, to actually just take a note of this transform here where your actual sign is. It must all be 0, rotation, everything, so that when you put this in the map, you have this 3 legs on the 0, and your sign is not somewhere out there in the bushes, you know. It's actually at the 0 point, so you can move it about easily. Good, man. Well, guys, that is how simple and easy it is to modify your own signs, to make them. And you can make street signs like that. You can go crazy on making signs, billboards, modify billboards. Yeah, just any way you want. You can make these things, make it work for you. Great, man. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Cheers.